If you missed Monday's video, I showed you guys a trick in which we changed our slot corner to a seam flat to activate match rules. Now, today's video, I'm going to share with you guys some other tricks that you should be aware of that utilize the seam flat adjustment as well. As you guys know, we've been waiting for a ton of fixes to match coverage in Madden 25. I haven't released my annual match game plan on Gridiron Game Plans yet, because of this reason. I do think it's still important that I teach some of the match nuance that is in the game currently, but I'm not in a position right now where I feel like this is an every down defense. It's more or less something you can run on the fly. That'll be really nice as a mix in. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to create two different types of quarters coverage with simple adjustments out of non-match based plays. So make sure that you guys hit the subscribe button, that notification bell, and drop a comment below. Let's lock in. First off, for this scheme to work effectively, we want to make sure that none of our zone drops are on for a given down and distance. If you guys do decide that you want to set your zone drops and go to this rule set, when you break the huddle, immediately reset the play by hitting X or square if you're on PlayStation, and then the back left trigger to reset your zone drops. This will turn those off so that way they do not drop to the depths that you set. And then from there, any additional adjustments that we'll go over in this video will actually work. So in the event that you end up resetting these, you'll see that the soft squat on the right side ended up playing kind of appropriately. It certainly wasn't dropping to 25 yards. So let's go ahead and talk about how this is going to work. If you guys are enjoying today's video, make sure you guys check out my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. The level of detail that we went into in today's video is the type of content that is dropping year round on the website. So when you see a video on this channel that piques your interest, consider that for just $9.95 a month, you can join the best tip site in the Madden community with a Discord with well over 2,000 members helping each other day in and day out to get better at the game. Go check it out. $9.95 a month unlocks the entire website. $14.95 if you guys want to bundle Madden with college football. I'll see you guys in the Discord. Now, if you guys missed Monday's video, as I mentioned, I did a video on defending trips with a special match coverage rule that revolved around activating the match coverage by putting a slot corner or a defensive end or an outside linebacker into a seam flat assignment. A lot of players don't know this, but the type of flat zone that you have on your play dictates whether or not the deep zones will play match rules on that side as well. And with the seam flat adjustment being something that is easily accessible to a lot of positions on the field, we can turn a Tampa 2, one side, both sides, whatever on the fly, into a match coverage. So let me explain. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my slot corner and I'm going to hot route him to the seam flat, which is up on the left stick. This will now tell any third or fourth on that side of the field, in which at this point there isn't one yet, that they should match. So what I've gone ahead and done now is I've changed my outside defensive back to an outside quarter, and I've changed my safety on the left side of the field into an inside quarter. Because the seam flat is underneath of them, this tells them that they will play match rules for this given down and distance. Keep in mind that if this were a purple zone, curl flat, or a hard flat, our deep zones on the left side of the field would play spot drop cover 4, not match coverage. So the act of the seam flat being on this play tells the defense that they should play a match coverage variant. Now, the first example that I'm going to give you is going to be one in which we're actually going to just show you that this is match coverage. So I'm going to run what's called a dagger combo. What we're going to notice is that the receivers that are both on the left side of the field run vertical. This causes both of our deep zones on this side of the play to play match coverage on them. So I'm going to go ahead and contain the pass rush. And for the purpose of this, I'm going to stay clicked onto Cooper DeJean because we're going to talk about this in a second. What I'm going to do is snap the ball, and I want you to watch how both safeties will play match coverage. And that's what you saw right there, had the pocket not broken down. The in route to Odunze is being matched by our outside quarter across the middle of the field. And of course, our seam route to Worthy is being matched by the inside quarter safety. It's important to remember here that the seam flat in a match coverage defense is actually also responsible for the second receiver in the formation going vertical. So it's a little bit of overkill, but I'm going to explain this here. If I put DeJean into a seam flat, and I put a quarter here and a quarter here, what we end up with is both Curl, the safety, and DeJean, the corner, being active in match coverage on the same receiver. And that, like I said, is something that you might not need to do. So you actually do have freedom here. You could, if you were worried about maybe something down the deep left sideline, you could put Curl into a half zone over the top. You could put him into an inside third, so that way he brackets a post route from either side of the field, including the one to the slot receiver on the left. Or you could, if you wanted to, leave him in the inside quarter and use your DeJean as a flat defender. You don't have to match on this. But either way, if I were to kind of take him away here on this, and I'm going to spy the rush just that way it doesn't get home right away, I want you to watch how DeJean is responsible for matching Worthy all the way down the field. And you see that that's exactly what occurs. So this is a really cool adjustment that you guys can use. And again, you could either let the safety match the number 2 receiver, or you could let DeJean play man-to-man. You could use the safety and let DeJean play man-to-man. Or you could use her DeJean and let the safety play man-to-man. Or you could use her a completely different player and change the safety into a deep zone of some sort that isn't matching. But again, if there's a seam flat on the field, any deep zone on that side of the field is going to play matching rules based off of the offensive alignment with this given formation. So in the trips video, the safety was responsible for the inside most receiver. In doubles or twins here, he's actually responsible for the slot receiver, the second receiver, Worthy. Now there's actually one other little rule that I want to share with you guys. And this is something that very, very few players know about, but it is very, very valuable. And that is going to be whether or not you're in a press alignment. So I'm going to go back into that same formation that we were just in, and I'm going to set up our coverage, but maybe put the inside safety into a middle third since I've already got a seam flat matching the slot. With this particular breakdown, what you're going to notice is that the outside corner is only going to match X if he goes vertical. So if I run a drag here, you see that X underneath is open. However, within quarters defenses, there is a hidden rule that is called MEG, man everywhere he goes. And this is activated by the simple act of playing press coverage within your matching coverage. So take a look at this. Now with the outside DB pressed on that receiver, I can run the exact same coverage. And if they run a little drag route underneath here, you're going to see that he's going to press him and stay on his back to break up this throw. So this man everywhere he goes check is actually super valuable when you want to play a matching derivative against twins formations. And in fact, if I wanted to take that rule set back a couple of days to Monday's video, this is a little bit in line with the same thing that we were kind of experiencing with trips. So let's say for whatever reason we had maybe a streak post drag combo, and I wanted to play kind of like a pressing variety call here. So I put my quarters on the field, and because this is trips, we cannot change this safety. He needs to be responsible for Tyreek Hill. We put him on an inside quarter. If I actually physically press, you'll see that the man everywhere he goes is still active. It was already man on the outside receiver from Monday's video anyways. But now when we snap this ball, you see that he's actually dragging and staying on his back, and you see everything else is matched. Now right here, there's a speed advantage. So I threw it to the open grass, but we played a little bit of a cover 6 derivative there. So over the last couple of videos here, well, Monday's video and today's video, I've shown you guys how to create match on the fly for specific situations. Again, I'm not a big fan right now of match every down, but I think that if you guys mix in these calls on the fly, it can be extremely, extremely valuable. Now, again, I want to stress to you guys that if you ever are in a situation where you have zone drops on because you like to set your cloud flats to 30 and your purples to 5, when you break the huddle, you must reset the play before you make your match coverage changes. So once I've reset the play, I can go ahead and turn this into the matching coverage that I want to, and the rules will play out accordingly. So again, even if I'm pressed here, you'll see that I'm going to get match on Worthy, and I'm going to get the man press on the other player. And you see right here that the seam flat in this case matched the second receiver, which allowed for our quarter to play the middle third. So again, it's up to you how you want to do this, but make sure that you guys pay attention and you go through the correct order of operations. Zone drops must be cleared or off by default in order for you guys to hot route these. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Until then, this is Zan. Get the lab and good luck.